Yeah.
But then the Daves did communicate very well as well.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
You didn't think they communicated well?
Oh, I thought Tori and Devin communicated very well.
Oh, you don't want to do the Daves.
But I didn't know that you were in like the little we're the Daves. Now
They've been calling themselves the Daves. I can call them the Daves.
I didn't know that you were part of the group. I didn't know that. I totally caught it. I just didn't know that you were allowed it to be that way. Okay.
I feel like that's okay. Now I'm not gonna walk around calling CT Chris, like, right?
Oh boy.
You know.
Yeah.
I would like to, but
And
I am
podcast
not allowed.
Now, if you just say, you can just throw that.
I am
around.
not allowed. I've not earned that privilege.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they would like it and approve.
Okay.
Tori and Devin, let us know if you think it's okay that I call you guys the Daves, as you guys have named each other. What up, Challenge fans? We are Final Alliance Podcast, and we just finished watching episode 16 of season 38 of the challenge titled Friends or Bros.
No, we didn't. We didn't. And as much as that's a force, no, we didn't. We didn't. Now, this is the one time that it wasn't really more of a health related.
But yes, we're both finally healthy. Heck yeah.
It was a birthday related, this guy.
Somebody's birthday.
Yeah, so we went out to dinner last night. Anyway, I watch it, you watch it, but we are here on a Thursday talking about it. So we're still doing the normal thing, still fresh in our mind. But you take it away. I have a lot to say about this, so.
All right, well, let's do it. So, I mean, we're finally starting to see that the final is near. Mm-hmm. The final is near, finally, because I don't know about you, it seems like the season has just been going on for a very long time.
Yeah, but the thing is, and even at 16, and I'm like, and I was watching it, and I'm like, 16, I'm like, 4 months, and I'm like, really? Trying to go back, and like, okay, September, but yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but it is, like, it's 16 episodes, so 4 months, but, I mean, I know my daughter had softball, I'd meet you afterwards, whatever else, and it's fine, but, yeah, we knew it was coming to this one. I think they all kind of knew it. TJ hints at it, and he like throws them off a little bit in this one, and we'll get to it. But yeah, it's 16. I mean, you know better than I do. What is it? How long does it normally go?
Last season was, I think, 18, or it was 19 episodes, and then there was the 2-part reunion. So I mean, we're right on it. But I think the reason it feels longer is because we just previously did Challenge USA and All Stars, and USA I think only had 14, and All Stars had 10.
All right. Now, keep in mind, this is no different than when we watch it, when we record right after Wednesday. Also, it feels longer because it's an hour and a half. I'm sorry.
It is.
We know that.
It is.
So, they don't need, well, I'm sorry. Can we fast forward and then come back real quick?
Chicka, yeah.
100-hour final, they're going to have to make it a 2-episode final.
Absolutely.
Okay, so.
Maybe even 3.
That's happening no
16,
matter what.
17, 18, 19.
Which is insane. We'll get to that later. But so, right now, for you out there listening, this is probably going to be a 2-part final, if not, like you said, a 3-part. So
real.
I think this is a 2-part. Doesn't that sound right to you?
For sure.
Okay.
Typically, it's 2-part.
Yeah. A 2-part reunion. Ugh. Okay. Not that I don't want to do a you. Like, do we really need to do a reunion? Like 2 hours, like, moving on? But
we'll see. I mean,
there's lots of recap though too.
Yeah, there's lots of recap. Lots of people that were there and meet up, and I'm sure there'll be lots of beef to work out. 5 teams are left now. At this point, we have Olivia and Horacio, who I love them. Oh my God, I love them so much. I'm rooting for them so hard. Jordan and Nisa, Bananas and Nani, Tori and Devin, and Fessy and Mariah. And I love all the other teams, except I love just half of one team, which would be Fessy and Mariah.
Okay, paperclip how much you love them, and then we'll come back to it, okay? I want to paperclip that because okay.
So we've got these 5 teams left, and then now we have all these conversations talking about your favorite guy, Bananas.
Yeah.
So it starts with Bananas talking to Nani, and he's kind of laughing, and he's like, "You think anyone's noticed that there's only one person in this house that has not gone into the zone yet?" And he's like, "They're so stupid," or Nani's like, "They're so stupid," and they both like snicker.
Yeah.
And then you see like everybody essentially having conversations.
They've all had the conversations
with their ride or die, talking about like, dude, Bananas needs to go in.
Yeah. Well, the smart is the 7. It's always like the 7-time champ.
7 rings.
Are
we really going to give him a free ride? I mean, it happens with CT also.
Mm-hmm. He had talked about, I wanted to be a little bit more calm. I wanted, he didn't give the toast.
Right.
He was just like, I'm just going to watch what everyone's doing. He created not a showmance, with Mariah, right?
This one I think is actually for real. Like they're still like kind of
he says he's still, he was like, I enjoy spending my time with her. Obviously, we'll get to the West part. How did you get to it? We'll get to it. But
I can't wait to talk about that.
He was like, I'm just gonna lay low. He roomed with Devin,
and they had like their own showmance, but and unfortunately, and we've heard it from both Devin and Bananas and other people even talking about it, but we didn't get to see a whole lot of it, which is kind of a bummer.
But the idea of like, well, they haven't nominated me, and like, and out of nowhere, like 7-time champ, they're just not saying. Here's the only thing, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. Like when they're like, we're gonna let a 7-time champion just go to the finals. Like, just say it's Johnny Bananas. Like no one says Tom Brady is a 6-time Super Bowl winner. They don't say. They just say he's the GOAT. They say, if anything, if they're not saying Tom Brady, they're saying he's the GOAT. They're not. Just say, are we gonna let Bananas do this? Like do the
that
history.
That is interesting.
The history of Bananas. He has gotten there and he knows how to do it. Instead of saying like, are we just gonna let 7-time? Like they're not addressing who he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that bothered me. And it's not.
I can see that.
It's not like an itch that didn't get scratched or anything. It's just kind of like, why you keep saying, oh, we're gonna let a 7-time? But because I don't think Fessy knows how to politic. I know Devin does, but I don't think Fessy does.
I also think that by wording it about his stats instead of just calling his name out makes it seem much less personal. Do you know what I mean?
I get it.
So like Devin being like, because they've gotten close, quote unquote, this season, Devin saying, yeah, he's got 7 rings.
Okay. Can I ask you another question? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let's go back to CT. And Bananas have said, and we've been doing this 4-5 seasons or whatever podcast.
Yeah, something like that.
When you say someone's name, you can't take it out of your mouth.
That is so true.
So if you keep saying the 7-time champion, no one has said you should nominate Bananas, and no one's saying it. They're all just kind of saying the 7-time. It's implied. And are they starting to figure out how the game works? Like once you say the name out loud, you can't take it back, and someone go, they said your name first,
right?
Because remember, Bananas will always say, CT's smart. He will push you in the direction he wants you to go, but he'll never say the name, and then he'll say, oh, I didn't even think about that name. Good for you. You know, Bananas the same way. So I think they're all kind of doing something.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But our boy Corey, when he was on the phone with Nelly, he's like, you getting Bananas out?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Corey. Yeah. What would Corey do? Yeah. But
Corey would call his name.
Great point. Not in the finals. How he managed to do it, I don't know.
Jordan makes a point, or was it Jordan? No, it was Jordan. Devin makes a point that thinking about different stages of the final and thinking about the strengths that Mariah and Fessy have, they're stronger in his mind than Nany and Bananas, which I don't know that I agree with that, but I thought that was interesting when they were having this discussion early on and then later in comparison to putting those two in.
Yeah, he's very much like 50-50. And Tori and him have been talking about it, and he's like, yeah, they're very strong in the mini final. Tori mentions the mini final a lot of times during this.
Yeah, she does.
So he's like, I don't know where to go, but he's like, I gotta take a shot, right? And then you also have Jordan. He's like, well, you said his name, you said something about the 7-time champion. He's not wrong. But right. They all do their one-on-ones, their confidentials, and they're like, he's not wrong. They're not wrong. Right. And they're not wrong, but my heart is like beating a
Don't
couple.
Do it. Yeah. Don't do it. Well, and of course, we're both, surprised, not huge Fessy fans. So, in our mind, it's like, just as long as Fessy and Mariah don't win this one, then they can go into elimination. They can get voted in.
Yeah, possibly.
But it is sounding very much like Nany and Bananas is the route that everybody is going to go.
Yeah.
So we go into Challenge Day. There's a Taking Back Sunday song that sounded familiar-ish to me. It was called A Decade Under the Influence. I probably would not put that on the now. That's what I call music.
No, nope.
Not on our challenge.
There's going to be another one coming up.
Yes, there is a really, really, really good one.
Yeah.
Coming. Okay, so the challenge is called Frozen Senseless. There's an ice bath in the middle for each team. You start standing there holding on to the ice bath. You run the opposite direction. Then you have to dig under a barricade. And one partner is going to a case that you can't see in that you put your arms in to feel. It's essentially 3 dice that have different symbols on the sides, because then you will have to later dictate those to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
While you are doing that, your partner is going the opposite direction and looking at these symbols to see what they are, to try to remember them. Once they've both done that and they feel like it's been enough time, they run back to the ice bath. They fully pull or plunge. Well, not fully. They don't have to like put their head under. And that's where, and the only place where they're allowed to discuss what these symbols are.
Mm-hmm.
Once they feel like that's enough, they separate. The partner who is putting together the symbols does that. But obviously there's a lot of details involved because of the multi-sides of the dice and the different shapes and the different directions of them, that they have to go back and forth multiple times into this ice bath to discuss. And then obviously it's a race, whoever can do it first and whoever can get it correct. What did you think of this one?
I wasn't a big fan. Digging part, sand, I don't care, but like, I don't know what it was. Nothing, we always say like, would you like to do this? Nothing was, a part of me was like, I wouldn't like to do any of this. Like, there's nothing to do with the ice, nothing to do with the digging, nothing to do with the feeling and describing how to arrange it. Overall, it's just like, I don't want to get wet and then get sand all over me in weird places.
Oh, I didn't think about that part, the fact honestly, that you're wet and then you get into the sand.
I mean, I will say this, the only thing that I was like, yes, was Horacio.
How he faced the same direction as her when they were dictating?
But no, when he did it, when he got through and then he cleared all the sand so he could
get
back through earlier. I was like, I would have never thought of that. I would have been like, I'm free. And I would have struggled to get back in it because you have to dig again.
Right.
But he did that. Yeah.
That was really smart. You're right.
But what you're saying was smart too. So that part I got. Other than that, a lot of this outside of the very beginning, I was like, I can fast forward this. I know I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I miss a lot up until like when it comes to champion. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm like, they're just running and digging and just feeling things and be like,
right.
That's an X. No, that's a plus sign. I'm like, they kind of feel like the same thing. So
okay, so would I want to do this? This is not what I would be afraid to do. I would rather be the person that was putting together what my partner had dictated than being the one to feel and try to remember.
I think I would be the same. Now I'm trying to figure out if we were ride or dies, how I could do it too, because there were some things that confused me. I think when Devin was doing, although they did a great job, and we'll get to that, I think he went 1 at the top, 2, 3.
In the middle.
2 in the middle. Was 2 in the middle?
No. One was in the middle. One was in the middle.
I didn't like that.
No, that confused my brain.
But it we'll get to it. It worked out. But I was like, I don't understand why he went 1 instead of like your
left, right, middle.
Your left, my right, or what? Yeah, left, right, middle, like that type of thing. But he was like 1's here, 2, 3. Those are the things where I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
It's working out, but yeah.
If it was a further distance, I don't think I'd be able to remember as much. But since it wasn't very far at all, I don't think it was so bad. The ice bath, I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I did like that it was the type of challenge that anybody could win.
Fair, yeah.
There was no absolutely this team is going to get it.
Yeah.
So I did like that. And it made me nervous, which, is exciting because we're getting ready for the final. We're likely our last elimination before the final. This is it's very important whoever wins here. So I liked that it did have that.
It's a big deal.
Even playing field.
I mean, Devin and Jordan both said that they're huge. They pay huge attention to details.
To detail. They did. They sure did.
So, I mean, it's I know it's anyone's game, but it really is down to two people. Only two people say that they pay huge attention to detail. Okay. I love that they both pull that out.
You're right. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I did like it, and we touched on it earlier. All the other pairs were facing each other, and that can get confusing when you're saying left, right, because it's my left, your right.
Yeah.
You know. So when Horacio and Olivia were communicating, they were back to back. You know, and he was showing her so that she was looking at it the same direction. I thought that was brilliant. I thought there was a really good chance. That's a
really good call. Yeah.
They seem to be the ones that communicated the best, I thought.
Yeah.
But then the Daves did communicate very well as well.
Oh, I'm glad you're on that. Okay. Yes. Okay.
You didn't think they communicated well?
Oh, I thought Tori and Devin communicated very well.
Oh, you don't want to do the Daves?
But I didn't know that you were in like the little we're the Daves. Now
they've been calling themselves the Daves. I can call them the Daves.
I didn't know that you were part of the group. I didn't know that. I totally caught it. I just didn't know that you were allowed it to be that way. Okay.
I feel like that's okay. Now I'm not going to walk around calling CT Chris like, right?
Oh boy.
You know.
Yeah.
I would like to, but
And
I am not allowed.
Now, if you just decide you can just throw that.
I am not allowed. I've not earned that privilege. Yeah. But yeah, I think they would like it and approve. Okay. Tori and Devin, let us know if you think it's okay that I call you guys the Daves, as you guys have named each other. I think it's cute.
I think it's cute too. But do you think you can get away with it?
Wonderful timing for Tori and Devin. They do end up getting the dub.
Sure.
Getting the win. So now we have a decision to make, because now they're the only team that is safe. They're the only team that is not in jeopardy of going into the elimination.
Yeah. Yep.
We have this wonderful moment that really nothing actually happened during the conversation, except for, did you see what was happening at the bottom of the screen?
What?
Okay, so Bananas calls Wes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of, like a hat tip to when Wes called Bananas on All Stars.
Yeah, but it says like, what, the worst friend in the world or Bananas' best friend in the world?
Every time it went to Wes, there was a different name.
Okay.
It was amazing. I was snorting. I thought it was so funny.
All right.
So
it was Bananas' best friend in the world, right?
Bananas' best friend ever.
Ever, yeah.
Then it said 3 times challenge winner.
Yeah.
Then it said Bananas' sidekick. And this is like a 2-minute conversation.
So Wes is moving this around, right? Because in Zoom, he can change what it is. No? Okay. MTV just
did
it.
Production.
Yep.
Bananas is life coach. Has a dog named Penny.
Okay.
International renowned genius.
This is not production.
And then scumbag.
All right.
So there were
how many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 different names.
So do you think they're gonna go back and forth? Like who gets to name it? Like Bananas and him? Because he called him a scumbag. He's like,
right. So that would absolutely, yeah. Because he said a dog named Penny was interesting because that didn't.
Because Wes doesn't have anything else to say, so it was his turn to pick something.
I don't know, but I thought it was freaking amazing. Yeah. I thought it was freaking amazing.
I don't know the conversation.
Yeah, it was just
cute,
so
but
I'm rolling with Devin now.
You are not. Oh my God. Oh, what do you think he's doing? I don't know what they're doing. Oh, what she's gonna do is, he's gonna take the most opportunistic thing he can because that's what people do. Like, okay, well, he's taking a shot at me or Fessy. Like, that's
right.
It was.
Yeah, it kind of fell flat. Had there not of been this cute little name stuff. Yeah, I would have been like, well, that was kind of a
good call on your end picking it up. I mean,
oh my God, I was snorting. It was so funny.
Wes answers and he falls over the chair and Wes is like,
I love Wes.
Wes is like, what's your reaction for? And he's like, you called me. And he's like, oh, I didn't want to see your ugly face. He's like, you called me.
Right.
Yeah, but.
And then I liked how he called out the room. He's like, where are you? Because he's like, they put me in a padded room because the walls. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so cool. Good to see Wes on our screen for just a little split second.
Sure.
We go into deliberation. Devin and Tori, now it feels weird to call them that, say, right away when they're discussing with each other, we want Jordan and Anissa safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the easiest one.
Take a shot.
And they're
shot, and,
they
yep,
kind of want
you're reading my
to return the favor to Olivia and Horacio because they saved them last week. They want to take a shot, and that means the options are Fessy and Mariah or Nany and Bananas.
Yeah. So when they deliberate, the thing is like, hey, Horacio and Olivia, who are you going to pick? And like, okay, we like to hear. And he said Jordan. That's good. That's exactly
For sure.
what we want. We want these two to go in, or we just don't know where we're going to go with the other ones. I thought everybody really looked the part, dressed up for this. Banana showed up with a t-shirt with a pocket tee. I didn't really. I was like, what?
I thought Devin looked nice.
Yeah, I thought no, he did. I thought everyone dressed up. I thought
yeah.
everyone dressed up well. I was like, and I remember making a mental note, being like, everyone dressed up well for this interrogation. And then
Also,
Bananas comes in with a yellow pocket t-shirt, and I was like, nah, not everyone did. And again,
he wears his white denim jacket again later too.
Oh, well, I mean, everyone knows. I mean, I'm a Bananas fan, but I was like, I really thought there was going to be like this. As we're getting into it, it's more like, you dress up and you do whatever else. But yeah,
because he can shine up.
Sure.
One thing I did think was interesting. So just to back up a little bit, so it's very clear that the direction that Tori wants to go is Fessy and Mariah, and then
yes,
Devin wants to go for Nany and Bananas, but I think he's having a little bit of. He feels guilty because I think they've gotten close. That's what I feel like.
But
he also thinks checkpoints and as far as who he could possibly beat or be even with in a final, and he is worried about the particular set of skills. To quote, well, now I can't even remember the movie, so that's embarrassing.
But no.
But
I think you're right here.
He's thinking about their strength and their endurance that Mariah and Fessy have. And he's thinking, I don't know about that for a final. But there is that part in him that's like, I want to take a shot at Bananas because he's always wanted to take a shot at Bananas and has taken shots at Bananas.
Absolutely. But there's also that thing where Tori's saying he's drunk with power. And who knows outside of camera
Taken
editing.
is the name of the movie. Taken is the name of the movie.
Taken is the name of the movie. But who knows outside of editing if she's like, hear me out. They did this. I feel like you're just a little drunk with power. You're looking for the 7-time champ and not the one who is that will be the one that will inhibit you from winning the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's mentioned multiple times where she's like, he's drunk with power. He's drunk with power.
Right.
He got a little bit of power, so.
But she was cute about it. She's like, we've not been in power this whole time. So it's like, we've been saving
and
it
don't
up.
get me wrong. Bananas didn't waste the opportunity either. They won. He said, what a great time for you guys to get your first W.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he sat down in interrogation, he goes, good job for you guys to get your first dub. Like he's letting them know. Like,
and he was complimenting them a lot too. Like, great job, like turning on the charm.
I know, Bananas. That's not the time you wanted to take the charm. I know Bananas well.
But he was Bananas was turning on the charm.
I know, but that's not the time. That's
it's a little late.
That's the time when you want to go, oh, we need to take her shot because he knows something's up.
True.
He's using it for a reason. Yeah.
Anissa and Jordan, they're cool. That conversation goes pretty well. Jordan says, I get where you're at, but if I were you, I see how it'd be hard to say Bananas, but Fessy and Mariah, they say put in Bananas. Fessy says, I've never said your name.
In 3 years, I've never said your name.
They've been on one season together.
I know.
Well, two.
But that's what
he
tried to go back to 3 years of been on the show. I've never said your name or whatever. He said it multiple times, but well, yeah, I could have been crass there. But yeah, go on.
I do have to say before we get into the party night, every single time Olivia was on the screen this week, just beautiful. I mean, the woman is beautiful no matter what, but she was like extra hot this episode.
Yeah, she was
like
lady.
glowing. Her hair looked good no matter what she was wearing. It was like Olivia's episode for being just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
We go into the party night. They hit us with Mace, Breeze, Stretch, Shake. That brought me back to college.
Yeah. Well, the Mace one kind of threw me off.
It was kind of fun, though.
I know. Love Mace. Really do.
Yeah.
I've seen him in concert, but
Really, that's surprising to me.
really?
Yeah, I don't know why that's surprising to me.
Oh, he's touring with Puff Daddy. Why wouldn't I see him?
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would've been
1997? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah.
Oh,
But now he's more on the preacher side, so he doesn't.
Right,
anymore. But
right.
I was really excited to see Mace. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
mhm.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The party night, there's still just a bunch of people kind of politicking. Tori and Devin said, something along the lines of this. There's a 5% change in difficulty that might end up being what costs us $1 million. Like in regards to those two,
Mm-hmm.
Bananas and Nani. So they're still on the fence about putting them in.
That 5% made no sense. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
But I do get it because it's like if we don't put them in and they end up beating us later, that's gonna really suck, essentially.
Either or. Yeah.
Anissa and Olivia have a mutual respect for each other. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fessy and Devin, they're still on the bananas train talking about putting bananas in.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah and Fessy. This is the next day. Then Bananas and Nani are like, we're probably going in. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
And then Mariah and Fessy probably going in. We're staying ready.
Olivia and Horacio were saying that we were probably going in too. So
right,
that's
and
the way
it really
be.
was. It really was. It kept me guessing. I mean, who did you think at this point, like right before the zone, who do you think that they were going to put in?
I was good with Fessy and Mariah.
You really thought that's where route they were going to go? I really wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure.
I thought it was Tori weighing in more like on the mini final. That was it. Listen, you may have something you may want to take out the 7-time, but this person in the mini, and he was like, okay, and it ended up come to fruition that he's like, in the end, I have to take out the person who. Right. The team that is dominating in such a thing, like,
and they did. I mean, they dominated in dailies. I mean, Fessy always does amazing in dailies. So I mean, I get it. And if you were to line up, and I've said this before, and you don't like it when I say it, but if you were to line up the kind of skills that Devin has currently, and the kind of skills that Bananas has currently, it's pretty even.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
So I mean.
And I would say Nani and Tori are even too.
For the most part.
Sure.
For the most part. But yeah. So it's like, yeah, the team that is leaps and bounds, likely, stronger than us. Yeah. They could beat us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a song called, it doesn't even matter. It wasn't very good.
I love it. Yeah. That's great.
Not going on our now. That's what I call challenge mix.
Yep.
So Fessy and Mariah are voted in. Okay. So now we go to the draw. Bananas and Nani go first, and it's blank.
Yep.
Olivia and Horacio go, and they pull safe.
Yep. Exactly.
And
exactly what Devin and Tori wanted. Yep.
Everybody wanted. Yeah. And I got so happy because I was so happy for Horacio and Olivia because it's not been an easy path. It has been a difficult path. They are rookies. They've continued to stay humble, and they haven't really ruffled any feathers. That's really hard to do.
Okay, but that's just the way the show goes. So it's okay. I understand it, but it's not that hard. Like you've done it. Good for you. I think it's great. Now, actually, season 2, if you don't act like jackasses and be like, well, we got to do it, throw them in there. Like, hey, we've been there. That's a different story. Like how you grow through everything. They know this is not a new show.
Right.
All right. Season 38.
Correct. 1998.
This is how it goes. They throw everyone in. Nothing more than respect for those two going in. They will be back for multiple seasons.
Love them so much.
Yes, absolutely. But it's not a time to be like, oh yeah, I'm happy for them because they've been through so much. You know what? It's all right.
I don't know.
But this is actually this is what everyone wants to see, though. They want to see Fessy versus Bananas.
Dude.
The worst part about this is the buildup that the editors did and everyone else did. That Bananas and Fessy are like, I guess we gotta go in against each other. And seriously,
yeah,
it's not like, oh, it's been due. We've been doing this, and like Fessy's like, I wanted you the entire time. I want to take out the best, and I'm gonna do it. It was like, I guess we ended up having to go.
Right. It wasn't like, it wasn't like a fireworks moment. Like, I hate you, man. Let's effing go.
No, Jordan would be like, I've been waiting for this. Thank goodness.
Right.
I'm glad you got the. Jordan would be like, I'm glad you got the safe dagger. I'm glad we get to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And Banana's like, all right, whatever. And Fessy's like,
gotta pay the piper.
Yeah.
We do have to talk about, so Horacio and Olivia pull the safe dagger, then they have to talk about who they're saving. And Horacio, what he said, like, was so, like, it scared me for a second because he's like,
did you see Jordan and Anissa's response?
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Anissa and Jordan, I'm sorry. And he takes like this long pause and they're like, what the fuck? And he's like, for throwing you in last time. He's like, so I'm going to save you this time.
It was way too long. Like, it was way too long. Sarah, it was so long that I was like, I'm not even rewinding this. I'm not going to live through this again.
It's just even talking about it. Like, I feel the pressure in my heart because it's like, it was so nerve wracking. I'm like, there's no way.
And Anissa's like hands on her knees, like, okay, I think we're safe. And I was like, I don't know if you guys are, but I am not rewinding this. I don't care. Like, whatever. I hope it all works out for everyone. And then they're like, thank you. And he's like, yeah, thank you. I'm like,
and then he says, like, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you thanking him for? That was the worst thing he could have put you through. So
he's learning how to do the, dramatic pauses and stuff.
TJ's like, hold, deliver it. Yeah. Now deliver my line.
So Bananas and Nani go in. This zone is called Bridge space.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like I got confused because I thought it was going to be the repeat of the elimination that Chauncey and Amber did versus Darrell and Veronica.
Okay.
Because of the big contraptions, right? But then I saw the things on the side and I'm like, were those on the side before? Is that just like for their harnesses or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that no, the contraption is just, they're using the same prop again, I guess. And what they have to do, both you and your partner are on opposite sides of this contraption. And you have to climb it. But you only have 3 rungs. So you grab, each part and try to climb it. But of course, the ropes aren't super tight. So it's wobbly. So you keep dropping your rungs. And if you drop it, you have to start over again. So it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Did you feel like, because I kind of did, they saw the writing on the wall, and they being production, similar to them seeing the writing on the wall last season with Devin going against Emmanuel, and it was a puzzle elimination. Them thinking it's probably going to be Bananas and Nani versus Mariah and Fessy. And let's have this be not a strength elimination. Let's have this be a balance and agility elimination. Do you think that they thought that through beforehand because they wanted Bananas and Nani to win?
Every time.
I think so too.
Every time I think I think they know where they want
it to go.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Obviously you're gonna have a deck of cards and you're gonna run out of cards after 16 of these, and you've done it, but you've played it the right way. You're producers for 38 seasons for the right reasons.
Right.
And listen, 2% of me felt bad for Fessy when Mariah's like, he's too big for this. 2% of me. Other than that, no. I mean, I thought they did a good job.
Same.
I mean, Nani, hey, hats off to her. I got this, Johnny. You can shut up anytime. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, you do put your foot there.
that was annoying.
He
Like,
shouldn't have
just
done that.
stop.
He should not have. She made it up.
Yeah.
She made it up there himself.
Yeah.
Yes, you made it there before her, but she had already been there like 3 times
Mhm.
before he had
did.
hit his button.
Mhm.
And then she's like, I got this. Like, you can leave me
Mhm.
alone. Like, he needs to shut up. Like,
Yeah, that was. I do have to give Nani such props in that situation. So, you know, she's up to the top, and you really have to focus in this game. And he's trying to give her little tips and stuff, and it's annoying. And I know a lot of people, you just can't help yourself. Like, you just want to help, but you can't.
Mhm.
And she was so polite to him.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And
I would have been like, I would have not been polite. I would not have been polite. I would have been like, dude, like, I would have just, like, at that point dropped just to yell at him. But that wouldn't have solved it.
No, you wouldn't have. You say that, but you would not have. You would have been like, okay, I'm back to the drawing board. I'm good. Just let me breathe. You're not that. No.
Well,
you're
maybe not at you.
Yeah. You're not that way. But okay, the foot catch, it's cool.
Freaking amazing.
It's cool.
Freaking amazing.
I
didn't know that she had been a gymnast and a cheerleader. This is like totally her bread and butter. I thought soccer.
I think everyone would have done the exact same thing. I don't think everyone would have caught it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, as soon as I watched
It's a
it,
reaction.
yeah, and I'm like, I would have done it too. But I like that TJ waited to be like, that was so sick.
Yes.
Like, he waited a little bit, but hey, she caught it, and awesome for her. And that's a moment.
It's a great moment.
Will go down in the 5th greatest sports.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of her.
History.
She did
in
so
the
well.
United States. Yeah.
Bananas did so well. I liked Mariah's line. She said Fessy looks like an elephant on a mini tricycle.
Yep. Yeah. They just couldn't get there.
It's
Fessy.
that has to be so frustrating.
Fessy went out good in defeat.
I could not believe that.
Yeah.
That was so impressive. So, you know, obviously Bananas and Nani win, which I was so thrilled. I felt such a sigh of relief because I'm like, I really want this for her. I want this so badly for her.
I thought it just,
for Nani.
Yeah. And I want it for Bananas.
And
so.
of course you want it for Bananas.
Yeah.
And
that's why you're my red.
And I'm not a huge Fessy fan. I like Mariah, but so I was so nervous because it was back and forth for a while. It was like anybody's game. At any point, you could be starting over. So
that
so
was the
happy
thing.
for
She
them.
falls when she's almost at the top, and Fessy's like, as long as the two of us can get it together, we can beat her. And I'm like, actually, he's right. But then she was like,
yeah, she's like, okay, now I know what I'm doing. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually wrote down, I put Fessy actually kind of humble.
Oh, yeah. At the end of it, he was like, hey, you know, I lost and I had a good time with Mariah. And he lies a little bit about, like, I had her back the entire time. I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, you guys.
And he compliment, you know, he's like, you know, they were better than me today.
Yeah.
You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate the grace.
I didn't know Orlando style was a thing, but.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize that he also lived. I knew they were in Florida and I knew she was in Orlando, but for some reason I didn't think he was also in Orlando. But that's silly because they knew each other before and they met, like he slid into her.
Well, you know how we
DMs
do
and
this
all.
Orlando style. That's what
Orlando style.
They
So
said
that
it.
mean,
He said it like 3 times,
right?
At least.
Yeah. Well, they said it earlier.
Yeah.
So what is Orlando style? Does that mean like you go to Disney or like Harry Potter World at Universal?
You know what? We don't wait in lines when we go to those things.
Orlando style.
We skip ahead because we're finalists no matter what. We deserve to be in the final. So, you know, at the very front of the roller coaster, that's Orlando style. I don't know. It's so weird. Like,
I mean, like back in the day, the Orlando Magic were really good when they had like Shaq and like Penny Hardaway. Loves Penny Hardaway.
Sure.
So maybe that's Orlando style. I could be down with that kind of Orlando
no,
style.
I don't know.
And I had the starter jacket and everything. You know, rocking it in Illinois.
But yeah.
And then we get hit with the one of the best songs. TJ lets us know finals coming.
Finally, yeah.
Finally, the finals coming. He teased us at the end of the challenge, the daily, but he's like, "You guys want to go to the final?" And then we hear All the Small Things by Blink-182.
That one's making it.
Absolutely, that might even kick off our "That's What I Call Challenge" mix.
Well, it's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, no, we'd do "Walking on Sunshine." Then
like
track 2 would be All the Small Things. I gotta actually make this a playlist and like put it out there for you guys because it was some good tunes this season. We see previews about the final. It's 100 hours.
Yeah, it's all over the place. 100 hours. We talked about it at the beginning of the podcast.
Somebody with bloody hands. It looks like Anissa to me, but somebody said it was Olivia. You see Horacio crying, Bananas puking, Jordan puking. There's a overnight portion with the bikes, which we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
This looks rough.
4.5 days.
Right. That's crazy. Like, I thought this was the challenge, not the Hunger Games.
No, 4 hours.
Like,
4 hours. Yeah.
Like, it's insane. And it's like there have been so many finals where we're like,
in the 4th day.
Not so many, but some as of late where we're like, that was kind of anticlimactic. Yeah. Well, they must have heard and read everybody's tweets, and they're like, it's not gonna be like that for this one.
Yeah. So you said something earlier in the podcast.
Okay.
You said you really like Horacio and Olivia.
I do.
How do you like them to win this?
I don't think that they will win. I think I could see them getting second.
How do you like Anissa and Jordan?
I think that they might get last.
So now give me your last 2 then.
So I think Horacio and Olivia are going to be 2. I think Jordan and Anissa are going to be 4th, just because as much as I love Anissa, I just feel like she's going to get hurt. Fair. And now here's the part.
You just have to pick who gets third, who gets first. That's
right.
What you're thinking.
I think Bananas and Nani. I really want this for Nani.
All right. So here's where I'm
There's going to be
If
one.
I'm Vegas, I'm placing plus 300 that Bananas and Nani win, meaning you put $100 down, you win 300.
Okay.
Second place, you have Horacio and Olivia. I think I do too.
Okay.
I'm putting them plus 550, meaning you put $100 down, you win $550.
Okay.
Okay. Devin and Tori, plus 800, meaning you put $100, you win $800.
Okay.
And then finally, Anissa and Jordan, plus 12,000. So you win $100, you win $1,200. So,
but at the same time, they're all good teams. They all have pretty good communication and teamwork. I wouldn't put it past anybody to win, but I'm really, really rooting for Nani to get this win.
It's going to be Bananas Nani. Yeah. We get to watch that. You got any tea for me or anything else?
I do. Well, first let's do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who won the episode?
Who won the episode? Good question. Give me your nominee.
Nani.
Why? Because of just.
Well, I mean, honestly, like as far as like
putting Bananas in place, being the leader for the team, Banani. I can't argue with that.
There wasn't like a huge winner though.
No,
there really wasn't. Bananas was the star of the episode, I would say, because they were just like constantly talking about him.
I would have given it to Devin if he would have taken a shot at Bananas, but I think, I think you're right. It's Nani than the situation, because when she was like, "I got this, stop talking," type of thing. Yeah.
Who lost the episode?
Oh,
Fessy.
Yeah, I mean, but
then he did he went out
tried
nice.
to, but yeah, he didn't politic the way he needed to, and it's low hanging fruit. But someone has to lose the episode, so
right,
yeah.
Cringeworthy moments.
I think it was Bananas actually, and I think this might be the second or third time in 2 podcasts or 3 podcasts. Just the whole, they haven't put me down into the thing. They haven't, like over and over again. And I'm like, hey, they all understand Bananas. It's like, well, can you believe it? And are these people that dumb? I'm like, they are not dumb.
Yeah,
they get it. And it's just too much where I'm like, they understand what's going on. They know the game just as much as you do. So,
well, and people are getting more on board with, we're making a good TV show. And if he goes out early, there are a portion of people that will stop watching.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there just is something to be said about that. What would Corey do? I think we already touched on that. Corey would have put bananas in.
Yeah.
Period.
You guys, everybody. It wouldn't even be like a small conversation while he's running around.
Yeah.
He would have been right there. He would have
Bananas
would be eating oatmeal right there, and he'd been like, that guy has not been in any type of challenge whatsoever. Like, put him in.
Corey would be literally, if he won the daily, at the daily, been like, have fun in the sand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yeah.
Everybody else, let's party.
Yeah.
So we do have some tea. So to start, Amber had an announcement the other day.
I saw something. Yeah.
So she is expecting. She's pregnant.
Yes.
Looks super cute.
Yeah. She's not just like pregnant. She's further along. Yeah. They made some photos.
They didn't say a specific amount of time. And so it's kind of hard to tell because she is petite. Mm-hmm. So who knows? She could be showing early, but
congratulations to them.
Maybe 4 or 5 months, maybe even 6 months. Yeah. Congratulations to them. They're a great couple. Sure. I think, that's going to be a very loved baby.
Oh my God. 20 years in challenges.
Oh my God. I know. Right.
And Amber,
Challenge Junior.
Not Amber.
Oh, you stop.
The baby in 20 years. Yes.
It's going to be a beautiful child too. My God.
In 20 years. Beautiful. 20, 25 years, but not Amber. Yes. That's me wiping it away for those who are watching on YouTube. Let's push her away. Yeah.
We have some announcements about the global challenge. So Challenge UK is going to be on Paramount Plus on February 25th.
I'm not watching.
That one does have some people we know, like Theo.
Theo?
Remember Theo?
Oh.
Not Theo Von. Theo,
okay,
the track star.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah.
Argentina will be on February 19th. That's the one that I think a lot of people got like super injured and stuff.
Okay.
Like somebody like has like 2 like busted knees at the end. Australia's already aired. I don't know if and when that's going to be on Paramount Plus. And then the World Championship is going to be starting with 2 back-to-back episodes on March 8th.
Okay.
It's going to be 12 episodes, much more tolerable. And the concept is, so, those groups. So Challenge USA, UK, Australia, Argentina will be paired up with a quote unquote challenge legend.
Oh.
So when I had that kind of hypothesis about Justine being paired up with Bananas because he called her partner on his Instagram, I was correct.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
That's why. And that also kind of clears up some of the things that we were thinking when they were originally casting for Challenge USA. And they're like, no one from Challenge proper is allowed, that's ever been on the challenge, is allowed to be on that. That's why.
Gotcha. Okay.
Makes a little more sense, right?
It does,
it's a $500,000 prize. There are going to be, and then it's 4 hosts. No, 3 hosts. No, 4 hosts. Whatever. It's TJ, and then it's this guy named Mark Wright that hosted the UK challenge. Alejandro Marley Weeby. Sorry if I'm getting any of these names wrong. I'm trying.
No.
From Argentina.
Don't apologize. Just stop.
And then this guy, I can't read my handwriting, last name Dawson.
Who cares?
From
Why is
Australia.
TJ not doing it? Who cares about all these other guys?
I don't know, but I'm very curious how that's going to go with 4 hosts. One thing I can think about is like Argentina. Maybe there's a language situation so their host can, give the directions in their language.
Oh, is this on Paramount Espanol?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. So that's that information.
TJ, don't share your light with anyone. Ever, TJ.
Don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle.
Except for your wife. Yeah.
Don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle, TJ.
Yeah.
Jessica, and then I have one last thing. Jessica, who has been on a couple seasons of the challenge. She's a brunette, beautiful, like white teeth, smile. She was on one of the Rivals, and I can't remember what other seasons. She just had a baby today.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
She's a chef also. So congratulations, Jessica.
January 26th. Yep.
On your birthday.
On my birthday.
Yay!
Well. Yep.
So that's it. So next week starts the final.
We got 2 episodes, you think?
Maybe 3.
Yeah. 100 hours is a lot.
100 hours is a lot. What else you got for me?
That's it. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Jaybird.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Happy to be here in person.
Follow us on Twitter, Final Alliance 1, Instagram, Final Alliance. On YouTube, we are Final Alliance Podcast. Please comment, subscribe. We love to hear what you have to say. And on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, we are Final Alliance Podcast. See you next week.